Hello everybody, welcome back to the 5th episode of the Chicken SMP. We've got a lot of work today, so let's get started. In the last episode, we got a ton of work done. We went down here and we got all of our villagers set up for our villager trading hall. And of course, we also did a bunch of work on our base, the castle, and we are continuing today to extend these walls out and probably add some towers. And I think today we will finish the surrounding walls of the entire castle. And of course, along with making the rest of this castle and continuing to build all these walls, I also want to start something new today, and I'm going to create the first shop in the shopping district. And that'll probably be the main focus of this video today. Will be not actually the castle, it'll be working on our new shop, and then someday we'll finish that castle, but I think it's going to be a pretty long-term thing. And I've also figured out what the perfect thing to sell is for our first shop. And that is, of course, the potato. I know what you guys are thinking. Potatoes? Like, what are you doing? Potatoes? No one's going to buy potatoes. Actually, you're wrong. I figured out that potatoes are actually the best food in the entire game because they're so easy to get. And then they also are pretty good food, actually, once you cook them in a cooker. So that's why this episode, I'm also going to make a huge potato farm and become the richest potato owner in the entire server. To do this, I'm going to have to use some of my precious diamonds, and I'm going to have to make a diamond hoe. That's right, I made the most useless thing, and I'm using my diamonds to make it. Alright guys, and I'm going to time-lapse this, and I'm going to make a giant field of just potatoes. And that's going to be pretty hard, because I only have a stack and 18 of potatoes right now, but I will replenish and multiply these potatoes, and we will have a lot of potatoes to sell. Alright guys, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's go! Alright guys, here is the field of potatoes. We finished it off and we've got a bunch of potatoes here. This is just like half a clearing of this field, and look how many potatoes I got with my fortune pickaxe. It's actually a ton. And however, while I was making this field, I was thinking to myself, man, I really wish I had more rockets. And I was like, I'm going to just make a gunpowder farm just so I can have rockets. I made it up there, and it's actually producing a lot of gunpowder. And then I was thinking, why in the world am I making a potato shop when gunpowder is going to do a lot better? So this gunpowder farm I made up here, I'm going to sell probably all the gunpowder from here, and I think it's going to do a lot better than potatoes ever did. I really like this farm, but the only problem with it is that since it's not on like Java edition, it really doesn't spawn as many guys as a Java farm would. And so the spawning distance that you have to, how far you have to be away from it to spawn a bunch of guys is so much harder to get the exact point that you need. So it's really annoying to get a lot of stuff from this farm. But once you do, it'll actually work really well, especially with looting 3 and a trident killer. And also guys, there's been a lot of work done by a lot of the other players on this server on the Chicken SMP. So let's go check out what some of them have been doing. And I think the best place to start off is the shopping district. And as you know from the last episode, I've already talked about this here town hall that we have here, and it's pretty good. I think it's looking pretty good. And then we've got some actually progress over here. We got some more shops. We've got this one right here. I'm not completely sure what it is. Let's see. Read this book to get your mob. Put your information here for the mob to arrive. Oh my gosh, is that a warden? What is this? Who? I think I know who this is. This was Jaredite Jr. He decided to bring a warden up here to put in the shop. That is insane. What is he doing? Oh my gosh, that is actually pretty scary. Looks like it's pretty safe though. Alright, and then looks right over here. Teen Sphere is actually working on his shop right now. I wonder what it'll be, but we'll see probably next episode what it's going to turn out to be. Looking pretty good though. And then right over here we have got Teen Sphere's base. And it's looking pretty good so far. I think it's going to be like a Greek kind of base. He's got these like pillars here, and it's looking pretty cool. Kind of supposed to be run down, I think. That's why there's like cracks in it and vines all over the place. It's looking pretty cool. Nice fountain here. And then he's actually been talking to me a lot about this bridge, and I think it actually looks really good so far. Ooh, a nice gradient, I think. And so, yeah, and I think he's trying to make a town over here next to where this village is at. And I think it's looking pretty cool so far. And then right over here, we've got Jaredite Jr.'s base. And I'm not sure if he's doing like a specific style or anything. I think he's just kind of building right now, and I think he's going to make a bigger base or something later. Right now, it's just a nice, cool-looking base. He's got a bunch of farms and stuff. Enchanting down there, super smelter, yep. It's kind of just a pretty good, better starter base than mine. Mine was just a house. His one's got all the necessities and stuff that you need. I think it's an XP farm. And I like the walls that's going around here. I think it's looking pretty cool. And yeah, that's a little look at what the rest of the people on the server are doing right now. So far, we've only really got me and then 2 other people who are active players. We've got other people on here, but they come on for like a little bit and then they get off and don't play for the rest of the week. So yeah, I'm still looking at trying to get some more people, other like content creators to actually join. And so I'm looking into that because right now we're having a little bit of difficulty with the actual server and stuff and making it work. But once I have that all figured out, then I'm going to start inviting some other content creators to join, and then we'll be able to have a nice server that a bunch of content creators are going to be playing on. Alright guys, and before I keep working on the castle, I need to actually talk about what happened last episode. So I got a dog, and I said top comment gets to name the dog, and I got a bunch of comments for names. And right now, I just need to actually get a name tag to name the dog. So I'm going to sit here and fish until I get a name tag. And it is taking a while because I think they are pretty rare, but I'm just going to fish until I get it. Wait a minute, I just received crazy information that librarians always 100% trade name tags as their last trade. So I'm going to go see if, I'm pretty sure I have one that is at its last trade. And I had no idea about this, so I just spent 20 minutes fishing to try to get a name tag. Hadn't got one yet, and now I'm going to go get it now. Alright guys, I just bought the name tags from the librarian because I guess you can do that. And now we need to name them based on the top comment. The top comment on the short was Bartholomew. You know what, I'm going to make sure I spell this right. Bartholomew. There we go. That's one. And the other one was actually not the top comment, but it asked me specifically if I could name it this. Because it was their old dog's name before it died, and its name was Oxford. So there we go. And now we have Bartholomew, and we have Oxford. Alright guys, I've got some really, really good news. I've figured out how to fix the problem with the server, so now it is running really well that we can have more content creators actually playing and making videos on it. So I have applications going. All you guys need to do if you want to play is, one, you have to be a content creator for Minecraft Bedrock. So all you have to do is just email me or comment on one of my videos saying, hey, I would like to join, and then I'll go look at your channel and make sure you're good and you make Minecraft Bedrock videos, and then I'll probably say yes, you can join, and then we will be able to have more people on this server, and then I'll send you the link to the server, and then just keep it a secret, not tell anybody else, and then we'll be able to have more content creators making videos about this server, and so that we can make it a really, really good server. Guys, I was about to start the time lapse, and look what I found! A sheep jockey! What in the world is this? I've never seen this ever. This is not real. I've never even heard of this. This thing is so fast. Oh my gosh, what is this thing? Comment below if you've ever heard of this. What? This thing is so fast. Oh, I got to kill it though. Oh, this thing takes a lot of hits. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. Oh, perfect. And now that we've done that, it's time to start working on our castle and probably get a whole bunch of the walls done today. So we're going to do a time lapse as we did last episode. And now we're going to get going. We're going to time lapse in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. guys, there we go. The next part of the castle has been built. And I know I didn't actually do that much on it today. I just added the 2 towers on the side, but it's starting to look like a lot better, and you can really see where this is going. And I do still want to make an episode where I just do a ton of work on it, because right now we're still really haven't done that much. It's not even close to being done. But I really like how this front face of it has been going so far and how it looks, and I can't wait to get the rest of it done. But for now, sadly, that is going to have to be the end of the episode. We got a lot of work done today. We did that, of course, and then we named the dog, and then we've got our potato farm over here, and it's getting us a lot of potatoes. And, of course, I didn't talk about it that much. I made my gunpowder and just mob farm up here, and now this is going to be getting me a ton of gunpowder and stuff that I can sell at the shopping district, which we went over and looked at. And so that's going to have to be the end of the episode. I'm sorry it was kind of a short episode, but I just didn't really have that much time to film and make it this week. And then next week I also won't be coming out with an episode because I will be actually going on a trip for my spring break. And so I'll have to have another one after that. But I'll try to make a really nice, good, long episode also for the next week so that to make up for it. So this should be good, and the next week should come out to be... The next episode should be really good, and then that's going to be it for today. So I will see you guys in the next episode of the Chicken SMP episode 6, and I will see you then. Goodbye!